Every story has an official version, a beginning, a conclusion, a signature at the bottom of the page. But some stories don't end. They're interrupted, silenced, filed away. Tonight we open one of those files. This is Behind the Veil Truths. If you don't accept official endings, you're in the right place. The city that never looked down was Moscow, late Soviet era. A city built on permanence. Wide avenues stretched endlessly. Monuments stood as symbols of certainty. A state that promised control over everything, including crime. Officially organized crime did not exist. There were hooligans, black market traders, petty thieves, but no syndicates, no empires, no parallel governments. And yet, in the southern districts of Moscow, something quiet was forming. Not loud, not theatrical, just durable. It began in places no one archived: gyms, car parks, apartment stairwells, informal markets. Men who learned early that violence was useful, but reliability was more valuable. They didn't call themselves criminals. They called themselves businessmen. According to law enforcement briefings, the Solntsevskaya Bratva emerged during the late 1980s and early 1990s during the collapse of the Soviet Union. Former athletes, street enforcers, market protectors. As the state retreated, they stepped into the vacuum. Extortion, car theft, protection rackets. Later, drugs, arms, money laundering. The official narrative is clean. A criminal group exploited chaos, expanded rapidly, and eventually drew the attention of authorities. Leaders were identified. Assets were seized. Cases were opened. In time, the syndicate fragmented. Power diluted. The threat diminished. On paper, this is where the story slows and ends. Tonight, on Behind the Veil Truths, we explore the dark, hidden world of Moscow's most infamous and elusive criminal empire, the Solntsevskaya Bratva. The city of Moscow, with its wide roads and rigid hierarchies, was once seen as an unmovable fortress of order. Officially, crime was just a temporary deviation, a flaw in the city's otherwise pristine image. But beneath the surface, something much darker was taking shape, a clandestine power that quietly grew in the shadows. In Moscow's southern districts, Solntsevo, Chernovo, Yasenevo, young men learned a brutal lesson early. The appearance of strength was mere illusion. Police rotations and official transfers kept the authorities guessing, preventing the rise of a true power base. Reputations remained unshakable despite constant rule changes, creating a culture of silent allegiance. Gyms and irregular markets became informal hubs, locations where deals and alliances were forged away from prying eyes. Protection wasn't about violence, it was about predictability and control, an unspoken order reinforced by tradition. Because in this underground world, stability and routine were the true sources of power. Initially, none of this seemed